Yo, what's up, YouTube? Man, it's been a minute, man. I haven't shot a YouTube video, and I can't remember the last one really. I remember the last one I posted was of Joanna and Mike and their transformation, but I remember shooting that a while back, but I just never posted it. That was on me. I'm glad I finally posted it because they have a great story. But my name is George Cerna, owner of Killineveryday Gym, CEO of Killineveryday the brand, and first things first, what Killineveryday means to me is because I used to be fat, bro. I used to be fat. I was 235, 240 almost, and at my height, it said I was obese. So for me, when I seen it and I started, I even looked it up. I looked up my weight, and I looked at my height, and it said I was obese. And I wasn't even fat. I jumped over fat, and I went straight to obese. Is what the thing said on Google when I looked it up. But for me, I was like, damn, man, I'm not even fat. I'm obese. That's worse than being fat. So for me, what Killineveryday came about was I didn't want to get overwhelmed with the whole journey, so I just wanted to just try to kill every day or do the best I could every day, no matter what came along. You know what I mean? No matter what, life, kids, work, and I mean anything that came along, just try to do the best I could that day, and that's what Killineveryday came about. You know what I mean? So that was Killineveryday being born. Like, don't be too concerned with Thursday or Friday if we haven't been through Monday, Tuesday yet. You know what I mean? So just get through Monday first, and then worry about Tuesday when Tuesday comes. So that to me was what Killineveryday is all about. Killineveryday just means living every day and just doing your best that you can that day to get to your goals. And all of our goals are different. And for me, I just remember I just didn't want to be fat anymore because I was fat, bro. Like, it wasn't even funny fat. Like, I remember wearing 2X shirts, thinking I was cool, and it just made me look fatter now that I look back at them. And when I started, I remember like just doing the best that I could that day because I didn't know how to work out. I remember getting on YouTube and looking at videos of working out, of little stuff, because all I had was a curling bar and the perfect push-up. I don't know if y'all remember the perfect push-up, but I couldn't even do 10 regular push-ups when I started. I mean, I remember trying to do 10 push-ups and being sad and depressed on the floor of my garage because I couldn't do 10 push-ups. I think I did like 6. And then I stopped, and I remember just feeling like shit and being like, damn, bro, you can't even do 10 push-ups as a grown man at 32 years old. You know, so that for me was like sad, depressing. So I was like, nah, man, I'm gonna do the best that I could that day and just go on to that day. That's all it was. And that to me is Killineveryday. I mean, it's nothing big and fancy. Just do the best that you can with what you can that day. And if something comes up, then it comes up. You know what I mean? Deal with it and keep on moving. Don't dwell on shit, because we're not getting that playback anyway. If you miss something or something goes wrong, and you just got to keep moving forward. As a man, I know how it is, and that's what I did. That's all I'll strive to do, was to do the best that I could each day to get to my goal. And for me, I remember after I couldn't do the 10 push-ups, I said, okay, well, I just did 5 or 6. And then I did another set of 5 or 6, and then I did another set. I remember doing like 3 sets. I think I wrote down that I did 3 sets. And I did some curls, and I did some overhead press and side raises, because that's all I knew. You know what I mean? Because this was way before IG and Facebook and Instagram. This was 2009 when I started. And like I said, I just did what I could, whatever I had in my garage with nothing. I think I had like a speaker or something. I don't even remember what I was listening to. I don't even think I had radio. But I remember doing what I could for like 45 minutes before everybody woke up, and then got it done, ate some eggs and a toast, and then went to work. And then, you know what? I felt good about myself. I was like, damn, this felt pretty good that I actually got my ass up early before work, put in a good 45 minutes, and I was done. You know what I mean? I felt pretty good. I was proud of myself. So that for me was like, hey, you did it. You thought you couldn't because the day before you didn't even try. I did it and got the day over with, and I ate pretty good all that day. I remember eating pretty good. Not as good as I clean eating like it is now, or like I do now, but I ate better than eating like a piece of shit or eating like an asshole, you know? So for me, getting through that first day was a major accomplishment for me. So the next day I did the same thing. I did the same workout. I didn't know what else to do. I did the same workout. I did push-ups, I did some side raises, I did a little bit of curls. Then I think I walked on the treadmill, because I had a treadmill too. So for 45 minutes, I did it again. I said, hey, I did it again. I started on a Tuesday, then I did it again on Wednesday, and I was like, hey, you know what? I did it 2 days in a row. I did it. You know what I mean? So I was proud of myself again. And then again, I ate good, and I ate pretty good. And then the next day came, and I did it again. And then the same workout. I did the same workout for like 2 weeks straight. I remember because I didn't know what I was doing, but then I also knew that when I started doing it, I started stacking my days. I said, you know what? I started looking at more workouts on YouTube. Started figuring out more stuff I can do, and that's what. And then that's what I started doing. So for me, that's what helped me. Is what Killing Every Day is about. Just do whatever you can that day and just do it and get it done, no matter what happens or what comes along your way. Because life's always gonna happen. Life's always gonna throw things at you, and it just depends how you react, how you pivot, and how you move, and how you go along. Because as soon as you put that out there that you're gonna start working out, you're gonna start taking care of yourself. The test always happens. You know what I mean? There's always a test. Somebody brings donuts to work. Hey, we have free lunch. Hey, we're having wings and more for lunch. Like something always happens. So somebody's birthday party. There's a quinceañera. Something. There's always something. Then what you gonna do then? You know what I mean? So what you gonna do? For me, in 2009, I started at the end of December. It was almost Christmas, and I remember being in Christmas, and we would go to my in-laws, my wife's grandparents in Brenham, and they always had a lot of good food and good snacks. And I remember telling myself, if I can get through this holiday, you know what I mean, get through it pretty good, I can get through any holiday. Because Christmas was really good and really big over there, because they always had great snacks. I'm not gonna lie, they had great snacks. Fat boy snacks, good snacks, everything. And I said, I wasn't going in there, hey, I'm not gonna eat none of it. I was gonna say, hey, I'm gonna eat a minimum. I'm not gonna eat as much as I used to in the years past, because in the years past, I remember I was stuffing myself, and they were like, hey man, have whatever you want, however much you want. They always had plenty. You know what I mean? Just eat up, let's have a good time. It was Christmas, the kids had presents, open presents, and our kids would go over there and open presents, we'd take presents. It was always a good time, and I remember always eating like an asshole, and I would just eat a lot and feel horrible afterwards. So this year, the year I started, again, it was at the end of December 2009. I was like, man, let me just not blow everything that I just started. You know what I mean? Let me just and I did it, and I was proud of myself because I did. I had a few things, but it wasn't like truly overboard. I kept it to a real minimum. I had a taste for everything. I tried everything, and everything was great, but I just didn't go all in. And I remember them saying, hey, is that all you need? I'm like, yeah, I'm good for now. I don't want no more. I'm okay. And then so I was like, bam, I knocked Christmas out the way. You know what I mean? And then I was like, well, damn, I did it. You know what I mean? So then that's where it kind of came from, like being your own hype man. I was like, I would gas myself like, hey, no, you did it already. You did it once, you can do it again. So when anything else would come up, I would be like, okay, I got this. I've done this before. I've skipped it before. That was okay. Like if I skipped a good meal that I missed that we were having, I'm okay. I didn't die. You know what I mean? It was okay that I missed it. You know what I mean? But people always say, why aren't you eating it? Why aren't you? They always got a question. But for me, it was just like, nah, I'm trying something different. And I remember telling my mom, because whenever I would try to diet before, my mom would make me some tortillas and carne guisada and beans and all the good stuff, all the rice and all the good stuff. She would make it for me. She's like, no, man, you don't need to diet. Just eat. Just eat. And I would break and I would eat. And I remember this specific time, I remember telling her, Mom, no, I'm not gonna eat. So don't waste your time making the food or doing anything. I'm not gonna eat. So for that was really hard because I still haven't had any Mexican rice since then because I loved her Mexican rice. It was my mom's was a favorite, and now I still don't eat it. And that was like 2009. That was a long time ago. And to keep that mental, that for me helped me a lot because I said if I can get through one day, then I can get through the next day. If I can get through the next day, then that's what Killing Every Day is all about for me here and now, even to this very day. Because now I still do that now because it's like I'm not worried about the end of the week if I got to get through this day first and not eat like an asshole today. Not waste the workout that I put in this morning and not go eat like an asshole. I'm not saying I'm perfect because some days I do like to eat and I'll eat whatever I want, but it's like when I first started, I remember eating chicken and broccoli and mustard all the time. Chicken and broccoli and mustard all the time because that's just what I knew and that would just get me through the day because that would not make me feel bad because I was working in a place that was hot or it was just fast paced. It was a cabinet shop and it was just hot or it was cold, whatever it was. When I ate that, I didn't feel bad because I remember eating burgers and tacos and pizza, whatever, throughout the day for lunch. I would feel bad the rest of the day, but it would make for a long after lunch. It would make it for a long time to get into quitting time. So for me, chicken and broccoli's always been the staple, and I still do that even now. Now that I'm going back to work, I'm still on chicken and broccoli. I do that at least once a day, every day. Monday through Friday, because on Saturdays and Sundays I'll fast mainly the day, and then I have like 1 or 2 meals. But this was now, but when I first started, I tried to stack up as many days in a row good as I could, because I just didn't want to be fat. I was fat, bro. I hated what I seen in the mirror. I didn't fucking like that. I hated it. And for me, I just wanted to change. I remember working out so hard in there that I would sometimes cry because I just didn't want to be fat anymore. You know, and I hated the way I looked and I hated the way I felt. And then next thing you know, I would just get on the scale, and then the scale was starting to move. I remember being like 216. I'm like, damn, I was 235 a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever. And I was like, it's going down, and I could start to see a little difference. But I mean, I still had a big belly, but it was just like the scale is moving. Like, hey, this shit's working. You know what? And I'm doing it. And it's like, man, keep doing what you're doing. So I always talk shit to myself. Very bad about getting my work done, or very good about getting the work done. So that's why I always say, be your own hype man, because not everybody's gonna cheer for you, and that's okay. Like, you don't need everybody to cheer for you. Cheer for your fucking self. You know what I mean? So that's on me though. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but for me, I remember once I started that it was exciting, and it was moving. The scale was moving. The clothes was fitting different. I was feeling better about myself. I was feeling a lot better about myself. It was like, because I always remember seeing people being in shape. I'm like, man, that's cool to be in shape. And I always think, nah, I couldn't be that. It's just going to be hard. But it's like, nah, I just took it one day at a time, stack my wins one day at a time, do the best I could one day at a time, and just keep on doing what I was doing. Just to keep it simple, though. It's like, even now, it's like, some people say, well, what do you do? It's like, what I don't do is the main thing. Is what I don't do is what helping me get to where I'm at. Because for me, like, as far as training and working out, I still do some of the same workouts because I don't need anything fancy to work out, to do what I'm doing now, to keep my physique. I'm not trying to get any bigger, I'm not trying to get any smaller. I just want to be in good shape and look good with my shirt off. That's all I care about. Because that's all I wanted when I started anyway, because I didn't look good with my shirt off. To me, I didn't care what anybody else thought. I just didn't like what I seen in the mirror. I remember being a fat ass and sleeping with my shirt on. I would sleep with my shirt on. Like, that, because I was embarrassed of myself. I would sleep with my shirt on, you know what I mean? Because I just didn't like the way I felt, the way I look. And like, but now that I think about it, like, man, that's, what a fucking weenie, you know what I mean? To me, you can do whatever you want, but that's, to me, I know that's what helped me. It's like, now, it's like, I can't wait to take my shirt off, because I feel better, and I know I work hard, I know I eat right, and it's like, I'm proud of me, but that's what helped me get to where I'm at, to feel better, to look better. And I'm 48 years old. I want to be able to keep doing this as long as I can. I don't care about anything else, about trying to get bigger or anything like that. I mean, yeah, I want to look good, but to me, I want to feel good about myself. I want to know that I'm getting the work done. I'm doing whatever I got to do to get to my goals and how I want to look, how I want to stay looking. You know what I mean? Because now I'm older, I aching, I'm this and I'm that, but I'm never going to stop. I do this every day because it makes me feel better every day. Some people say, man, you need to take a day off, or they'll take a day off. I'm like, no, you take a day off. That's good for you. For me, I'm not going to take a day off because doing this every day makes me feel good every day. Like, why would I take a day off for something that makes me feel better about me? You take a day off, that's fine. Like, that's cool. That's your thing. Like, not me. I don't want to. I'll make time for this. All I need is 45 minutes to get in here and get my mind right, or anywhere we're at. I get in there and get my mind right, and I'm better throughout the day. I feel better about myself, and that for me, that's the goal. Every day. Just if life happens and I miss a day, then I miss a day. It's no big deal. But today's like, I'm gonna get it in regardless, if I can, if the time allows it. Because if life happens, then it doesn't matter, because I already have my days stacked up. I already had so many days that I've done it that it doesn't matter. That's why, for me, it's like I said, I do it to make myself feel better. And it does make me feel better. It just gives me a mental escape for about 45 minutes, and I get in and I get out, and that's it. I don't fuck around. I just want to get in, feel better, and get out. That's it. I mean, I don't know how many times I keep saying that, but it's just, and it is hard. It's just the things are simple, but it's just hard because you got to do it every day. And if you look around, oh man, like I was saying, I ran out of room, had to make some space on my phone. But yeah, man, I don't want to keep rambling or anything, but yeah, look around, man. That's all I'm gonna say. I just didn't want to look like everybody else, or just look at the way I looked before. So I keep doing it. I'm gonna keep doing it every day. And what we do here at Killineveryday Gym is I try to keep everything as simple and use what worked for me, and try to help people do it that way. Because, like I said, I kept it simple and it worked. I just did the same movements. I did the same thing. I ate pretty much the same way. Kept it clean. Worked hard on my simple movements, and it started working. So here at Killineveryday Gym. That's what I do here, and that's what I teach, and that's what I'm gonna help you with, and that's what I do. So if you're interested, hit me up. You want to come try it out, hit me up. I don't want to make this video too long, but I didn't know I was gonna make it this long as I did, but I'm glad I made it. I feel better. I always say I'm gonna make more videos. I always tell myself that, and I always bullshit myself, and I don't. But yeah, man, come check us out at Killineveryday Gym, 114 Osteana Hills in Navasota, Texas. So yeah, man, pull up. Let's go get it. Let's go.